Yeah, so let's start the questions for the animal tissue organ system and plant tissue organ system. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's start with the animals first. Okay, so now I'll be
Okay.
asking you some questions and you can give me the answer. Okay, so now
Okay.
listen to it carefully. Uh, a healthy diet contains the right balance of different foods and the right amount of energy. Okay,
Yeah.
so a healthy diet. Okay, but an unbalanced diet, it leads to lots of health problems. So one problem caused by the unbalanced diet is overweight. So can
Yeah.
you name any one health problem other than being overweight that leads to yeah, or that is linked to the unbalanced diet? Can you name
Uh, coronary heart disease.
which disease?
Coronary heart disease.
Coronary heart disease. Okay, yeah. And any other?
Uh,
Just let's try. Yeah, that's
what
okay.
other
You have
ones would?
given the answer. One is okay. The second,
What other ones would there be?
okay, there can be some deficiency diseases also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can name that also. Diabetes can be there. Okay,
Yeah.
chronic is there, right? So heart is there. So all these,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can name any one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, if you know that sugar is basically a type of the carbohydrate. What are
Yeah.
carbohydrates? Can you tell me?
Like examples.
No, just tell me what is a carbohydrate.
Um, is it
A compound which contains.
like s- like sugars and starch and
Yeah,
cellulose?
yeah, all those are carbohydrates. Basically, carbohydrate is that compound or which contains three elements in that is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen.
Yeah.
If you see glucose, what is the formula for glucose? C6H12O6. Now you
Yeah.
understood? So this,
Yeah.
the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Yes, you are right. Sugars and starch, they all come under carbohydrate. So now I am
Yeah.
asking you, like, sugar is a type of carbohydrate, and
Yeah.
eating too much sugar can make a person overweight. Can you tell me
Yeah.
why? The reason for this?
Because you're providing too much energy that your body is not going to use.
Okay, and that will
So
be
it's gonna
stored
build
as.
it's gonna build up in fat.
Excellent. Yeah, that is what I was expecting. So these points, they are relevant to the answer. Excellent. So now, which other substance in food is linked to people being overweight? Okay, you have to tell me, like fat, mineral ions, or vitamins.
Fat.
Excellent. Okay, so the next one is sugar substitutes taste sweet. Okay, so now
Yeah.
when you take the sugar substitutes, that helps to reduce the chances of becoming overweight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm going to make a table and you just have to tell me, then I'll ask you certain questions. Okay, so we
Okay.
have four substitutes of sugar. It's A, it's B, it's C, and it's D. And number of times I'm going to write number of times sweeter than sugar, like it is 200 times sweeter than sugar. Okay, this one B is 250 times sweeter than sugar. 300 is 600, C is 600 times sweeter than sugar, and D is 500 times sweeter than sugar. Okay, the effects on the health. Okay, I'm now writing the effects on the
Okay.
health. This is harmful to some people. B is not known. C is not
Okay.
known. And D is none. Okay, now you understood. I have made a table for you. So these are the
Okay.
the substitutes. This is the number of times sweeter than sugar. So you understood A
Yeah.
is 200 times sweeter than sugar.
Yeah.
These are the health effects. So now I'm going to ask you, which sugar substitute out of these is the sweetest?
The five D. No, no, sorry, C. Yeah.
C. Yeah, it's the C. Right. So now a person is, next question I'm going to ask you. A person is advised to use sugar substitute D and not sugar
Yeah.
substitute A, B, C. Can you give me the reason
Yeah.
behind that?
Because for example, with A, there is a repercussion of the sugar, as it said is harmful, but D, there is no repercussions.
Okay, so that means that there is no health problems for that person,
Yeah.
right? So now that
Yeah.
that means the others might they have health problems, but not the
Yeah.
D, right? Right?
Yeah.
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 And the next one, like food has a sugar substitute in it. Why
Yeah.
must it pack on the packet which sugar substitute it is? You have seen the packets, right? There's always
Yeah.
written at the back, okay, they have used
Yeah.
that particular substitute for the sugar. Why they
Yeah.
write that?
Is it in case someone's diabetic,
Okay, only diabetic?
or if someone has allergies?
Excellent. Not the yeah. You can say the some if someone has allergy to that particular substitute, right? So
Yeah.
that is why they use it. Excellent. So now, okay. So now I'm going to tell you some name of the drugs, and you have to tell me the function of each of that. Okay. So I'll just
Okay.
rub this.
Yeah.
The name of the drug is cannabis. Have you heard about it?
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
Okay. Steroid. Okay, and the next one is stimulant. The next one is thalidomide. Okay, so you have to just match the following. I'll give you
Okay.
the, yeah. So now the first one is used to boost heart rate. Okay, the other one is used to treat leprosy. I'm writing short form, okay, so that I can we can practice more questions.
Okay.
Okay, so the other one is it may cause mental illness. Illness in some people. Okay, and the
Okay.
other one we can say is the option is it is used to increase the muscle growth. And one more option I'll give you, used to treat measles. So now I have given you these options. See, if you are going to match these, you will always remember what is the function of each of them also.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
now, yeah,
Yeah.
so you can you just tell me what do you think?
Okay, so steroid is used for muscle growth.
Okay, steroid you are saying is used for the muscle growth.
Yeah.
Okay,
Stimulant is to boost heart rate.
excellent. We have covered this also in the heart
Um,
rate chapter. Remember? Stimulants.
Cannabis is used is the mental one.
Excellent.
And then the bottom one is to treat leprosy.
Excellent. So now you can do that also, right? If
Yeah.
see this I have given you a match the following kind of thing, but if it comes like the function of the cannabis or the function of this drug steroid or the function of the thalidomide, then you can always yeah, you can write the functions, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So now let me ask you more regarding this. So see, new drugs they must be tested and trialed before being used. Yeah, it has been happening. So new
Yeah.
drugs they are tested in the laboratory before they are trialed on people. So,
Yeah.
what are the new drugs tested on in a laboratory?
A new drug.
Yeah. When a new drug is being introduced by a scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that new drug is tested on what in a laboratory?
Isn't it a rat?
Okay, you can. Rat is okay, but see, you can't specify a rat only. So you can just
An
say
animal.
animals. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a better one. And you will not get marks if you write plants or humans. Okay, we
Okay.
never
Yeah.
do test on them. We try on animals first. Yes, we have so many
Yeah.
tests of rat. That is why you were saying, but it is much better to be on the safer side to say animals.
Yeah.
Okay, so now why is it important that drugs are trialed before doctors give them to patients? Can you tell me? I'll give the
Uh.
options. I'll give the
Okay.
options to check that the drug works, to check the cost of the drug, to find out if the drug is legal, or to find the best dose to use.
Um. Wait. Which one was the first one?
It was to check that the drug works.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, the question is why is it important that drugs are trialed before doctors give them to patient?
Oh,
To
it's the bottom one. The last one.
Are you sure? I know you're getting confused
Yeah.
out of the first and the fourth option, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but the answer is to find the best dose to use.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah.
see, to check that the drug works, they've already had the trial in the laboratory on the animals, so that they are sure,
Yeah.
right? But to
Yeah.
yeah, to find the best suitable dosage to use, that they have to still think. So you understood?
Yeah.
Out of
Yeah.
these two, this one is the better one, and this is the correct one. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So now it's interesting, yes. So these kind of questions are
Yeah.
really interesting. So in a
Yeah.
double-blind drug trial, only some people know which patients have been given the drug. Okay,
Okay.
who knows which patients have been given the drug? The patient and the doctor, only the doctor, or only the scientist at the drug company? What do you say?
Is it only the scientist?
That's right. Yes. So
Yeah.
only the scientists, they know that,
The
yeah, the
they only know that the drug's been given.
given, right. So now, okay. So the next I'll ask you. Let's ask from the breathing part. Okay. So
Okay.
now, see, you know that our lungs, they help us to breathe. So
Yeah.
yeah. So now, so if I'm going to just draw a respiratory system.
Okay.
Okay. So like somehow I'll just draw a rough diagram, so just that what I want you to understand, basic the labeling part. Okay, so now we have what is there, these are the ribs, right?
Yep.
Yes, so these are the lungs, and we have this trachea, and we have this. Now you have to tell me what are these. Okay, with this
Alveoli.
okay, alveola, and this lining here,
Okay.
what is it? We have covered it also.
Diaphragm.
Excellent. So now can you give me the function, one function of the ribs?
The ribs
Ribs.
is to protect all the interior organs.
Yes. So that's there. So the next one is like, if you know, oxygen, it moves from air inside the lungs into the blood by the
Yeah.
by which process? Is it active transportation, diffusion, or osmosis?
Diffusion.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Right. So now the next one is, okay. So now now listen to me carefully again.
Okay.
Oxygen moves from the lungs into the blood through the walls of, okay, oxygen moves from the lungs to the blood through the
Okay.
walls of arteries, capillaries, or veins.
Capillaries.
Right. So now inside the lungs, oxygen is absorbed from the air into the blood, right? So
Yeah.
can you give me the two adaptations of the lungs that help the rapid absorption of the oxygen into the blood?
Like the alveoli.
Adaptations, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yes,
it's
yes, alveoli.
yeah, so there's a large surface area.
Okay, first you can say large
So
surface area, excellent.
could you say that there's a lot of alveoli?
Yeah, that's okay, but you can't say that thing. You have to like you have already mentioned about alveoli, but you have mentioned that okay, there are large surface. Large surface
Yeah.
area means okay, there can be more number of alveoli also. So the next point,
Yeah.
if you think
Is it that it's like moist?
moist, also you can say, you can also say one more thing. See, it is having lots of capillaries, right? So there is a good
Yeah.
supply of what the blood.
Blood. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that also you can say. Okay,
Yeah.
and in fact, yeah, I think that will be a better answer if you give that. Okay,
Okay.
so okay, now let's do some questions from the enzyme. We have studied
Okay.
enzyme also, right?
Yeah.
So now enzymes, they're used in the body cells. So what is an enzyme? I'll give you an option. Is it an antibody? Is it catalyst or is it a hormone?
Catalyst.
Excellent. And what is the function of enzyme?
To speed up a chemical reaction.
Excellent. So now all enzymes, they are made up of same type of substance. What is this
Yeah.
substance? Is it a carbohydrate? Is it a fat? Or is it a protein?
Protein.
Excellent. Where is the enzyme amylase produced in the human body? Liver, salivary glands, or stomach? This I think.
Salivary glands.
Excellent. So now enzymes, they are used, sometimes used in industry. Okay, so now I am going to give you certain enzymes and then you just have to tell me the industrial use of that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll give you options also. We have first one, we have carbohydrates. Remember we did the
Yeah.
functions of these. Okay, it is just carbohydrates, and we have isomerase, and we have protease. So now you have to tell me the industrial use. Okay, the first option is the changes starch into sugar. The second option is removes grease stains from the clothes. The third one is predigest predigest proteins in the baby foods. Then we have some changes in the glucose syrup into the fructose syrup. Now you have to match them.
Okay, so the carbohydrates goes to the top one,
Okay,
and the second one goes to the bottom one,
okay.
and then that one goes to digest proteins.
Yes, excellent. Isomerase is basically the, isomers. What are isomers? You know?
No.
No. Okay, we'll cover that all. Okay, that's a chemistry portion. Basically, if you see the glucose and fructose, they both are the same they have 6 carbon, right? You
Yeah.
know that? Okay. So they are
Yeah.
basically getting, when one from form to another form, a substance from one form to another converted to the another form, we call it as isomers. You understood? So
Yeah.
that is, this enzyme is that only isomerase. That means only one same substance is getting changed to the similar substance. So that is
Okay.
why now you understood.
Yeah.
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 So that can be asked. So now, okay, so if you, I'll ask you, okay, you have to tell me, like, after a meal rich in carbohydrates, the concentration of glucose in the small intestine changes. That you already know, right?
Yeah.
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 So now I'll make a table, and then you have to tell me. Okay, I'll make a, so going to make a table which shows the concentration of the glucose at the different distances along the small intestine.
Okay.
Okay, so now the distance, I'm going to write it here, and we can write the concentration of glucose here, of glucose. So now if you see the distance, that is 100, okay, 300, 500, 700, and this is 50, okay, and 500, this is 250, and this is 0. You always know that the concentration is always in, can you tell me the units of concentration?
Um. Wait. Is it?
This is a
Wait,
part
I'm
of
not sure.
chemistry. Yeah, this is a part of chemistry only, where the concentration is equal to moles per decimeter cube. Decimeter cube means
Yeah.
the volume. Remember now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do it in the chemistry also.
Yeah.
Yes. So now if you see, this is the distance and these are the concentration. So at what distance along the small intestine is the glucose concentration highest?
300.
Okay. And if I tell you, like, use the data in the table, and can you plot a bar chart on the graph, like if there's a,
Yeah.
would you like to try that?
Yeah, I can try.
Okay, so this is the distance here. Okay, and we can say the concentration of glucose, you can mark it here. So let's say this is 0, this is, we say it 100, around this is 300, this we say it 500. Can you,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait.
yeah,
I'll
okay,
try since I'm using a mouse.
okay.
Uh, is there a scale for this one? This side?
No, no, nothing. Yeah, just if you draw the distance. Okay, you, if you want to write, I'll just write that also. Zero
Okay.
50. Okay, 100, 150, 200. I can give you certain readings. 200, after 250, 300. This is 350. If it's not given also, then also you have to make it yourself. You understood?
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's not given, you can either make it for 100, 100 or 100 also.
Yeah.
Okay, I have taken a smaller number, but you can take a bigger number also. You see which one will suit it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take it like this. Now, if you see,
Okay. Oh, that went wrong.
that's okay.
Like
Just
that.
give me, yeah. Okay, just give me a rough this thing. The 300.
There's 500 up here, which I have to go like, ooh.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then this one's 500, just 250, just around here. And
Okay.
then 700, yeah, 0.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So now that's correct. So you can basically plot a graph also. Okay, this can be
Yeah.
such questions. So they are very simple, but only a little bit of understanding you require. So now you have,
Yeah.
yeah, looking at the graph. So now can you tell me, describe how the concentration of the glucose changes as the distance increases along the small intestine.
Well, the distance as the distance increases, the concentration decreases.
Okay, so as the distance it increases, the concentration is decreasing.
Dec
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's easy, right? You can do that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so now you have to tell me, okay, explain why the concentration of glucose in the small intestine changes between 100 and 300. So, yeah, 100 and 300.
Wait, so like, is it asking for like the amount of wait,
Explain why the concentration of the glucose in the small intestine it changes between 100 and 300. Why it changes?
I'm not sure about that one.
Because if you see the carbohydrates, they are getting broken down into sugars. So that
Yeah.
is why you understood.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that is why the concentration is coming down. You can always say
Yeah.
that either you can say that also, but the simpler way is to say is that carbohydrates they are getting converted or they are broken down into the sugars, and if you want to mention, you can mention by the enzyme carbohydrates also.
Yeah.
Okay, if you say definitely, if it is a two marker question, okay, now this is a two marker. The reason I have asked you is a two marker. So in that means you have to give 2 points. Then you first write
Yeah.
that the carbohydrates they are getting broken down into the sugar. The second point you mention that they are broken down by carbohydrates. That's an enzyme, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then you get 2 marks. But if you say only this thing that's in a two marker, that only 1 point you'll write, so then you'll get 1 mark only.
Yeah.
Yes. So you have to see
Yeah.
that also. So yeah. So now I'll ask you some more questions regarding this thing. Okay. Okay. Till that I'll ask you some questions. Okay. What is double circulation?
What is it?
What is double circulation? Double circulation of
Um,
heart, which we covered.
it's like wait.
See this. I'm asking you a direct question.
It's like the blood passes through the heart
Yes.
um twice per
Okay.
circuit. So it's like
Yeah. So
it
that is
sends
why.
deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood.
Yes. So that means it is double circulation, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so
Yeah.
that means, yeah, so correct. So this was like some of the questions on animal tissue, organs, and organ system. Can we, like, let's start doing the plant tissue also. So,
Okay.
yeah, then we can get back to the animal. Okay, we'll see according to the
Yeah.
time how many questions we can do.
Okay.
But did you find them interesting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, if you see, yeah, I'll just ask you. See now I'm going to ask you the see plants they exchange substances with the environment,
Yeah.
right? So now I'm just going to give you some options and then you have to choose uh, from that. Okay, it is alveoli. The other one you can say is phloem. The next one is root hair. The next one is stomata. The storage organs, villi, and you can say xylem. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you some questions. So now if you see the
Okay.
most water enters a plant through
The root hair.
root hair. The water is transported up the stem to the leaves in the
Xylem.
okay. The carbon dioxide enters leaves through
Stomata.
A leaf uses carbon dioxide to produce sugar. Sugars are transported to dash through the
The
dash.
through the phloem.
Sugars are transported
But
to
it's a
storage organs through the
yeah,
phloem,
phloem.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as to now, if you see, basically a student is setting up an apparatus. Okay, so it is like somehow. I'll just draw it. Then we'll do some questions of this. So this is basically a conical flask, you can say, and there's a plant here. Okay, these are the roots. Okay, this is a plant, and
Okay.
here there is cotton wool. Okay, and there is a layer of oil on it. You understood?
Yeah.
Yes. So now uh, the weight of this is like there is a balance over there, and it shows the reading that it has a weight of 160.8 gram.
Okay.
Okay. So another, we have one more flask, and we have water here, and there is a layer of oil on that, and we have a the cotton wool, basically. You understood? It is covered with that.
Yeah.
So and we have a balance here, so that is like 180.
Wait, what's inside the second one?
Nothing is there.
Okay.
Okay, so these two, basically a student is setting up the apparatus. Okay, at the
Yeah.
start of the at the start of the experiment, when the experiment started, both were having the weight of 180 grams only.
Yeah.
Okay, now the after 24 hours, this diagram shows this reading. This is 156.8, and this is
Yeah.
180.8. So first of
Yeah.
all, can you calculate the difference between the two masses?
Yeah.
Yeah, how will you calculate that?
But minus them.
Minus them, right? So
There's
now,
23.2.
yeah, so approximately like 180 minus 156.8, you get the answer.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
now the second one is, can you suggest an explanation for the difference between the two masses?
Um,
This
the
is for
plant
2
is
marks. This is for 2 marks. Then what will you write for a 2 marker question?
would you say the plant has absorbed some of the water,
Okay.
so that makes it lighter?
Okay.
And what other differences were there with the parts
With the parts, but
that you
why?
said no, that you said at the beginning, like what's inside it?
This is oil.
Okay.
This is oil. Okay. And this is nothing but this is water.
Okay.
Okay. And there, here is a plant, here is nothing. The weight is still same, whereas it has reduced here. But exactly, you're
Yeah.
not
So
giving me the exact word for that.
osmosis.
Okay, osmosis has taken place.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay,
And then has it been like it's been carried up by the xylem, and has it evaporated through the stomata?
yes. So what is that process we call it as?
Transpiration.
Okay, you say that transpiration.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So by basically by transpiration pull, you can say.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So basically, this is what is being happened here, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And okay. So now, what is transpiration? Can you tell me that?
Isn't it just like the oh 1 second, the evaporation caused by diffusion?
Evaporation caused by the diffusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that also you can say, but in an easier way, you have to describe transpiration as the water loss. You understood?
Yeah.
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 So the word should be there that there is water loss. Yeah, you can say evaporation, but uh, but a simple term will be that there is water loss. Are
Yeah.
you understood?
Yeah.
Yes. So now, okay. So next I'm going to ask you. A it's a different question. So now if a plant
Okay.
loses water from its leaves, that process we call it as, we have just discussed
Transpiration.
distillation, respiration, transpiration.
Transpiration.
Transpiration. Okay, so now you have to tell me under different conditions the plants they open or close their stomata.
Okay.
Okay, so how does closing its stomata help a plant? This is for 1 mark.
Um, how does it help when it closes?
Yeah.
So very little water can escape the plant.
Yeah, so a little, uh, very little water can escape the plant, right? And can you name those cells which help in closing and opening of stomata?
Guard cells.
Guard cell. That's also very important. Actually, a small question can come out that also. So
Yeah.
yeah, and okay. So now, if you see guard cells, right? So now,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll just draw it for you. Wait. So if you know, we have some cells like these. Okay, in between this we have, these are stomata. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one, and we have the other cell, and somehow there's a patch of cells, a kind of a tissue. Okay, so I'm not,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not drawing that, but I'm just drawing one cell, and here the the stomata, they are like this. So
Yeah.
basically they are stomatas. So now, can you tell me the cells, what we call them as? The guard cells, phloem cells, xylem cells.
Guard cells.
Guard cells. Now, can you tell me why the appearance of the, this is a leaf A, you can say, this is leaf B. The appearance is
Yeah.
different, the both leaves.
Is it because one of them's open, one of them's
Yes.
closed?
So one of them is open and one of them is closed.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what happens is a man forgets to water the plant. So what might happen to the plant in the next few days if the stomata, they are, they stay the same?
Wait, can you repeat that?
The man forgets to water the plant. Okay, you
Yeah.
forget to water the plant. Okay, so now suppose what might happen to the plant in the next few days if the stomata, they stay the same?
The plant will start wilting.
The plant will start wilting. You should never write the plant will eventually die. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you have to make sure that you write you use the correct word. It is wilting only. Then only you will get the
Yeah.
mark. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. If wilting doesn't work out and all the water is being escaped, then the plant will eventually die. But if you talk about the
Yeah.
technical terms, they are asking that the word correct word is wilting for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have like I'm just draw you for that. If you remember the structure of the leaf, we had different cells here. I'll just draw a smaller one, okay, and a faster one. Do you remember the structure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now can you name all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, Start from the topmost.
Okay,
What is this?
epidermal tissue. Oh
Okay.
no, waxy cuticle and then epidermal tissue.
Yes, this is cuticle, the waxy cuticle. Okay. Can you tell me the function also? Let's revise that also. What is the
Yeah.
function of cuticle?
Um, no, the cuticle.
Yes.
Does that protect against water loss?
Yes. So it has a protective layer. It has a waxy coating, so which helps the plant. It protects the plant from the water
Yeah.
loss. The second one, this one,
Epidermal tissue.
epidermal tissue. Right. What is the function of epidermal tissue? That also we covered.
You could say that it protects what do you call it? Protects the stomata
Okay.
and it regulates gas exchange.
Gas exchange also, right? You can say that also. So basically epidermal cells, they also basically uh, protect the plant tissues, right? Because
Yeah,
if you see these are the cells which secrete, what they do secrete, they secrete the waterproofs, these
yeah,
cuticles, right? So
yeah,
yes, so basically their main purpose is to protect the plant only. So the next
yeah.
one, which one is this?
That's palisade
Palis-
mesophyll. Yeah.
Palisade mesophyll. Yes. What's the function of palisade mesophyll?
That's like a major site of photosynthesis.
Okay, excellent. And what about these, which are in patches or is not as
Uh,
regular pattern?
Spongy mesophyll.
Right, spongy mesophyll. What is the function of these?
Um, is it like there's a lot of spaces, so gas exchange can happen?
Yes, so yes, that is also right. But see, these cells they also have chloroplast. So definitely
Yeah,
photosynthesis will take place. But they are so like they're not very close, right? So there
yeah,
are lots
yeah,
of the air spaces through which the gas exchange takes place, right?
yeah.
And through which process is it diffusion, active transport, which?
Which is what happened.
Yeah, how does gases come inside? Is it through active transport, osmosis, diffusion? Which one?
Diffusion.
Yes, diffusion. And what about the this side?
That's stomata.
Okay, and this is
I was
stomata,
asking
right?
for the
Yeah, this
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now if you see, I'll just write it here A and this is B. So now use words from the box to name two tissues in the leaf that transport substances around the plant. Okay. So
Okay.
now you have to tell me, is it epidermis, mesophyll, phloem and xylem? You have to, okay, out of these options, the options are epidermis, mesophyll, phloem, xylem. You have to tell me two tissues in the leaf that transport substances around the plant.
Xylem and phloem.
Xylem and phloem. So okay, so
Yeah.
see, they are not asking you direct question. Name two transport
Yeah.
systems of plant. They, but the answers, if you see, they are quite clear also, right? If your
Yeah.
basics are clear. So now the second question I'll ask you. See, these gases they diffuse between the leaf and the surrounding air. So what is
Yeah.
diffusion basically?
Diffusion is the net movement of particles from a higher concentration to a lower concentration, um, following the concentration gradient.
Excellent. And if you write this thing, that diffusion is the process which takes place along the concentration gradient, you won't get marks. You have to mention from higher concentration to the lower concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that is why these small points I'm trying to tell you so that you should not lose your marks also. So now can you
Yeah.
tell me name any one gas that will diffuse from point A to point B on the diagram on a sunny day?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Excellent. Okay. So now um, can you tell me what is translocation?
Translocation.
Okay,
Um,
translocation,
is-
yes.
isn't that the transport of food
Yes.
throughout the throughout the plant?
Yeah, this is a direct question which I am asking you. What is translocation? That is okay, but where? It is the process. You give me that full definition.
It's like the you could say the movement of materials from the leaves to other tissues throughout the plant.
Which material you're talking about?
Glucose.
Yeah, you can say that also. Glucose. The food material basically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So now, okay, so and can you tell me which instrument is used to show the uptake of the water by a plant changes in the different conditions?
Which
Instrument.
um
If you remember,
is it like is it just a
I
scale?
repeat. Can I repeat it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which instrument will you use, or which apparatus or instrument? Okay, you will use to show how the uptake of water by a plant changes in different conditions.
Could you say a stopwatch?
No, I remember we did potometer. If you remember,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
potometer. That is the instrument which is used to measure the transpirational transpiration rates. Remember?
Yeah.
I told you this. So this is the apparatus or the instrument we can use to measure the transpiration rate. So
Person, yeah.
instead of transpiration rate, I have used a different word.
Yeah.
So you understood, a potometer
Yeah.
is basically used to show how the uptake of the water by a plant changes in different conditions. If you see,
Yeah.
I'm talking about transpiration only.
Yeah.
Now you understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, okay. So now, if I do you know digestive system?
Yeah.
Yes. So you can label all the parts of the digestive system. Okay, the stomach,
Yeah.
pancreas. You know that, right? So
Yeah.
let me ask you some little higher question. So now, if you
Okay.
many people they suffer from stomach ulcers, right?
Yeah.
And that is caused by some bacteria. We call it as. I'm telling you the name also. It is Helicobacter Helicobacter flori. Okay, this is bacter. This
Okay.
is E. So now the stomach, it has a protective lining of the mucus,
Yeah.
and these bacteria they are acid tolerant bacteria, which can damage the
Okay.
mucus lining.
Yeah.
Okay. So now suggest how an infection with this bacteria might result in stomach ulcer developing. It's a two marker.
Uh, because since that it affects the mucus lining that protects the stomach like from the acids
Okay.
in the stomach, like hydrochloric acid.
Yes.
Um,
Excellent.
if if the mucus is affected, then the stomach has no protection against the acid, so then
Okay.
an ulcer is formed.
Excellent. Very nice. So, okay. So, the next one is I'm going to ask you is see this bacteria, okay, Helicobacter flori can also cause stomach cancer. So,
Okay.
now you have to tell me, describe how a person is infected with this bacteria could also develop liver cancer. How can that happen?
How they can develop liver cancer? Is that just how it spreads?
Yes, you have to tell that only. So, if you remember malignant,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
remember?
It can travel through the blood vessels.
Yes. So then it can spread to the other organs also,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then what it is going to make? It is going to make a secondary tumor. Remember this we did it.
Yeah.
So now when secondary
Yeah.
tumor means, if you see the cancer,
Yeah.
now you understood.
Yeah.
See, you have studied everything. It is just how you apply it, right?
Yeah.
So now, okay, let me ask you some more. So this
Okay.
bacteria, it can also cause stomach cancer. Oh, that we have covered. Okay, now I'm asking you the gluten. You have heard about gluten? It is kind of a
No.
okay, listen to me. Okay, so now gluten
Okay.
is a form of protein found in some grains.
Yeah.
Okay, so now can you describe a test to that you would use to find out if protein is present in food or not?
Would you use burette solution?
Excellent. See, in the question only, if you know, if some children they will read, okay, gluten, what is gluten, you know, they'll think about that.
Yeah.
Then it
Yeah.
is already mentioned, it is a protein,
Yeah.
right? So that is a, like, remember, if we did some questions on cell division and the structure of cell, so they were using human cheek cells or the different names, but if you
Yeah.
see, those all those names were like of the animal cell only,
Yeah.
right? So you have to see that only. If a name of a plant is given and the question is asked on that, you just have to keep in mind that it has a plant cell only, unless until exceptions are there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one more I'll ask you, the coilic diseases. It is, I'll tell you. Okay. It is coilic disease is basically the disease of the digestive system. So it damages the
Okay.
lining of the small intestine when food that contains gluten is eaten. So
Okay.
when the people they have this disease, they eat foods that contains gluten. Understood?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, so now their immune system they forms antibodies to gluten. Okay, these antibodies they attack the lining of the small intestine. Then they cause
Yeah.
inflammation in the intestine and damages the villi. So symptoms of coeliac disease include poor growth. So
Yeah.
can you suggest why a person with this disease might have this symptom? See, it's a long one now.
Because is it because the small intestine, it absorbs all the food and nutrients that your body needs for growth,
Okay.
and so then if the lining is damaged,
Yeah.
that that absorption of the nutrients is affected.
Okay. See,
So
now you
then
have to almost tell what are the problems with that, right? So instead
yeah.
of that, the first point is correct, but you are telling that point into different sentences. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first sentence is basically it will damage villi, right?
Yeah.
And what will happen? Then there will be the less of surface area for the absorption. The first point you
Yeah.
are clear that the village is being damaged. The second you have to tell that okay, because of this what will happen? The few amino acids and glucose will be absorbed there, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
third point, you, because it is a 4 marker, you have to give 4 points. So next point you can always say that with less glucose transfer of energy from respiration, it is also reduced.
Yeah.
Yes, respiration will get reduced
Yeah.
because glucose is not there. And
Yeah.
then what will happen if amino acids are not so many? So the protein building will not happen also. So what will
Yeah.
happen? That is why the person will have a poor growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now are you clear?
Yeah.
Because in the question only they have write that the symptoms is the poor growth. Poor growth means the person has not taken the protein part.
Yeah.
Yes. Now is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So anything you want to ask me right now?
No. No.
See, these questions were interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.